A doctor inserts the microchip between your thumb and index finger using a device similar to a syringe. Now, these chips can actually be really helpful tools, and they utilize the same technology used in phone payments. With this tiny device, your body essentially becomes a contactless key. It can open doors using sensors and can even start a car. They last anywhere from 10 to 20 years and can be removed with a small incision in the skin.
People stop being fucking stupid, man. Right. When they crash this economy, man, this is going to be the new currency, man. Right. You're going to have to put your right hand and your forehead out to go ahead and buy and sell in this economy, man. All right? Are you going to sell your soul to Satan, or are you going to get your head fucking chopped off, man? Right. That's the choices that's coming in these days, man. Right. You can laugh and scoff, talk all the shit you want in your mind, but the Lord going to judge your ass, man. Right. All right? This is a serious matter, man. Right. It ain't no more time to be playing around with you people, man. Right.
Shalom, Yashar Allah. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and infinite glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to all you hopeful Lektakim that are out there pushing this truth and this truth and its sincerity, risking your lives and freedom to do so, especially in these times. Shalom. This is your brother Amar from the GMS Boise, Idaho camp, coming at you with a quick, not quick, but through the Spirit, this is the main thing that we're warning people on, because everything now with the economic woes of the world, the devaluation of the dollar, inflation, world currency switching over to digital systems. As you can see in the video, all the grocery stores, at least here in Babylon, have a tap to pay system. So the infrastructure is already in place for Revelation 13 and 16 to take place. Because when people ask us on the streets, hey, what are you doing? Why are you out here? Hey, man, we're out here first and foremost to warn and speak to the whole world about prophecy, but to mainly reach the ears and who those that are going to get saved are the elect, because that's who we're really out there for. Because we have to be out there for a sign and for a wonder, through the foolishness of preaching, for works, to show our faith, to be a living sacrifice. And so one of those things that if you're going to be calling yourself a man of the Lord, you're going to be understanding what one of the most important prophecies is, which is the MOTB. Not to mention the other breakdowns, which are equally just as important. But if you don't know what the mark of the beast is, you can't call yourself someone who studies the Bible, a philosopher, a scholar, if you don't even know what the mark of the beast is, man. So this is Revelation 13 and 16, and he causeth all, that's everybody upon this earth, is going to have to fall under the same one world, new world order government. Both small and great, rich and poor, whether you got a lot of money or you don't got a lot of money. Free and bond, whether you're in a prison system and you're physically in bondage or you're out as a normal civilian. To receive a charagma, I don't want to say that word, in their right hand or in their foreheads. The right hand being their dominant hand, whether if you're a left-handed person, obviously go in your left hand, or in their foreheads, which means, let's say you're paraplegic, you don't got no hands, but you got a head, they're going to want it injected in you somewhere. It doesn't matter if it's on your fucking left butt cheek. If you accepted the MOTB, this is a sin. This is something that you cannot repent from. This is not something that you can take in and then take out and say, Lord, I never took it. Look, I don't have it in me. Hey, man, you've been charagmad. You've been marked. And when these angels come down, just like Ezekiel 6 chapter, or Salakia, yeah, so either the Ezekiel 9, or we'll go there after this. But all those that, got the other Thawa mark were exempt from the judgments that the people that got the charagma mark are going to get. This is verse 17, that no man might buy or sell, Salakia, that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And I still said the word. still try not to. Hey, man, that is, taking this man and having him literally change your DNA, and people got a first test of that when back in 2020, when everyone got forced to take the jump shot. That was a test in itself to see how many people are going to blindly follow the authorities that be, just because there's a fear tactic of a boogeyman and a disease pandemic going around. You see how many people folded and completely changed on their morals when they had a little bit of fear, a little bit of pressure come on them, which wasn't even that bad. All it was saying, hey, you gotta maybe lose your job, which was the worst thing that you could probably have, because no one was getting arrested. No one was having food stopped from them. Everyone was still able to drive and move freely. But you had people completely bending over for Esau, taking that thing just because they were worried about their job, man. Imagine the people when their lives are on the line, when their kids or their family, their way of life is on the line. These people are going to do anything and everything to just continue the slight bit of normalcy of what they think they have here in Babylon the Great, as the American so-called dream. Which is a joke. Verse 18, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666, and 1 score equals 20. 3 scores is 60, and 6. So it's 666, which is not a wicked number in and of itself, like some of these heathens say. It's just an identifier. The numerical value of 666 is in a lot of different, you could say, divine equations that are here on Earth on how certain things rotate. The carbon element has, 6 protons, 6 electrons, and 6 neurons. And the carbon is one of the main elements that make up life here on Earth. So in and of itself, it's not wicked. It's just an identifier to show you that is a man. It's a physical mark. It's a carnal mark. It's something that is actually touching your flesh, not touching your spirit, even though that is also a spiritual mark, because the thing itself is physical, being that small micro C-hip, whether it's injected through a syringe or through a smaller one, like a jab, the same thing remains. It's a carnal thing that has to be injected into you, but it also identifies that, hey, man, you're waiting around for those missiles. But I wanted to get that Ezekiel. I can't remember if it's 6 and 9 or 9 and 6. Salakia. Let me just go there real quick. Like Ezekiel. Let's try 6, 9 verse. Just 9 and 4. Yep. It's 9 and 4. Salakia, 9 and 4 through 6. This is Ezekiel 9 and 4. And the Lord Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, which is a people before it's a place, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And if you go to the blue letter word for that mark in here in Ezekiel 9 and 4, that's thawah, which means an exemption from judgment. And if you brothers want to take the time and look at it, I recommend, if there's no one that's seen that breakdown before, that is a different word mark from the word mark in Revelation 13 and 16. This is verse 5. And this is this is a thawah. So the men that are sighing and crying, that are doing the video epistles, that are on the highways and byways, that are putting their life on the line, talking about things that are soon going to get them arrested and killed and thrown into camps if they do not, stop preaching, stop teaching and stop spreading the light on these devils. Verse 5, and to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite, let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. And these are the angels that are going to be coming and doing the reaping, aka the killing. Verse 6, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children, and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. And as we're because beginning at the sanctuary, going into beginning at the Israelites and the elders that know the truth and choose to distort the doctrine to fit their needs, whether it be a monetary gain, whether it's because they don't want to face their pride and say that they had a wrong breakdown, and say that the elders and apostles at Great Millstone had it right from the beginning and never, told a lie on them. They ain't going to do that, man. So that's why that judgment was beginning, like in the ancient world, that the men in the temple, the Levites giving the sacrifices were the first ones getting hit, man, in these times when the angels came down to put judgment, because, they should have known better. If you're in a leadership position with great responsibility, with great power comes great responsibility. So that's why Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to hold the people that know the truth at a higher standard for doing what they should be doing and for doing what they shouldn't be doing. So that's why it's so imperative that if you don't get any of the breakdowns right out the gate, man, the first one that you should try to focus on understanding is the Charagma. But at the end of the day, if you don't get it, it's just not for you. Because this truth is only for the elect men. It's not for any emotional, effeminate, beta male men that don't got no fucking kingdom mindset. That don't want to see their people ruling over their enemies, man. Stay the fuck at home then. This is for real men and real kings in the making. This knowledge is kingdom mindset knowledge. Not for some average peon that just wants to be a regular Jake in the world that knows the truth, man. This is for a select few of men that have a kingdom mindset. And this is the type of mindset that you're going to be having if you call yourself, hopeful elect. If you call yourself believing in the Most High, following the God of the Bible, God of the Israelites, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Man, that's Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Because we know him, we know his name, we know what he expects of us, and we know how bad it's going to get on these people that don't take heed to the warning. So Lord willing that this lesson was edifying to the elect, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and infinite glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Merkak, and double honors to the beloved elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to all you hopeful elect Akim out there laboring that are pushing this word in truth and in sincerity, risking their lives and freedom to do so. Keep pushing, keep persevering. We're almost out of there. Shalom, Yashra Allah.